If there is such thing as an Islamic cuisine, it will probably be the Ottoman cuisine, one might argue. But the importance of culinary arts for the Ottoman Sultan is evident in every visitor of their palace. The palace houses several separate kitchens beneath 10 domes in number of different buildings. By the 17th century, approximately 1,300 kitchen staff were housed and employed in the palace full-time. Cooks specialized in many different dishes and would feed as many as 10,000 people in a day, and in addition sent trays of food to others in the city as a royal favor. The importance of food has also been evident in the structure of the Ottoman military elite, which called the Janissaries. The commander of the main division were known as soupsmen. Other high-ranking officers were the chef-cook, bakers, pancake makers, and so on. The huge cauldron, which was used to make rice, had a special symbolic significance to the Janissaries. The kitchen was also the center of politics, for whenever the Janissaries demanded change in the Sultan's cabin or the head of the Grand Vizier, they would overturn the rice cauldron, in an expression still used today to indicate an action of rebellion in the ranks. It was this environment that hundreds of Sultan chefs who dedicated their lives for their profession developed and perfected dishes of Turkish cuisine, which then influenced kitchens and provinces ranging from Balkans to southern Russians and reached western North Africa. Constantinople was for centuries the undisputed capital for the Muslim world and had all the prestige, and imitation for its customs was widespread. The city was supported by an enormous organization and infrastructure, including organized trade routes and caravans, which enabled a constant flow of treasure and outflow of cultural influences supported by the Ottoman security forces. The Spice Road, which was one of the organized means of culinary communication between East and West, and was under full control of the Sultan. Only the highest quality of ingredients were allowed to be traded under a strict standards established by the courts. Guilds, which are trade unions, played an important role in development and sustenance of the cuisine. All of the principal trades were believed to be sacred and dealt according to the Sharia law. They displayed their products and talent in spectacular floats, driven through Constantinople streets during special occasions such as Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha. Following the example of the Sultan Palace, almost all of the Grand Ottoman houses boasted elaborated and expanded kitchens and competed in preparing feasts for each other as well as the general public. This is how the traditional cuisine evolved and spread beyond the physical and the creative confines of the palace, even to the most modest corners of the Islamic State. The center of the Ottoman cuisine was Constantinople, which was Constantinople, the capital, where the imperial courts and the elites established a refined culinary tradition, bringing together elements of regional cuisine from across the empire. Despite the breakdown of the Ottoman political empire, we can still see a survival of a large region which could be called Ottoman Culinary Empire, and their cuisines offer evidence for that fact. Of course, they represent at the same time a good deal of local regional culinary tradition. Besides, one should not forget that it is typical for any great cuisine in the world to be based on local varieties and, the moral exchanges and the mutual exchanges and enrichment among them, but at the same time to be established and consisted by the city tradition in the refined states. The diverse cuisine was combined and improved by different chef kitchens brought from different parts of the empire to create an experiment with different ingredients. These chefs were tested and hired by the method of cooking rice, a simple dish. Each cook specialized in a specific task. All dishes intended to be for the Sultan were first passed by the palate for imperial food taster. The creation of the Ottoman palace kitchen also filtered to the common population. Through events, through celebration, the Ottoman cuisine has strongly influenced other cuisines such as the Persians, the Armenians, the Balkans, which are the Greeks, the Bulgarians, the Romans, the Macedonians, the Albanians, the Siberians, the Bosnians, and also the Middle East. So here's my question: does the Ottoman cuisine and the palaces and the kitchens and the large trays, does this contradict with the position of the Prophet ﷺ and the righteous caliphs toward food?